on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and behind me you see the huge development that's going on in Journal Square here in Jersey City. And it's got a major transformation. I don't know if you can hear some of the noise of the construction that's going on, but every time there's like new skyscrapers popping up, something that I would not really expect in a neighborhood like this, because it's mostly residential. But I made a couple of videos here that did pretty well, but I want to go in an update and walk around here in this heat wave in the summertime to see what's happening in this neighborhood here in Journal Square. So without further ado, join me. So you can see, usually I think they started out with this building first, then they pop up a second one, then this one, and now they're popping out this huge massive skyscraper over here. And then you can see the contrast of the residential buildings. But I'm gonna start walking deeper inside the neighborhood to see what's going on, so let's do it. Over here are some of the surrounding areas. This is kind of like the borderline of Bergen Lafayette, but you can see how they developing more buildings. It might be popping up more over here. And that's a beacon, and then this is like the borderline of McGinley Square with some of the new buildings by Montgomery. And then the residential area, but let's see what else is going on. So now I hit the street level, and before I head deeper into where the developments are going on, I want to show you a square that's called Bergen Square. It's actually one of the oldest squares in the United States. I think it was like the first European settlement going on, and now they did some renovations for $1.8 million, I think, to develop the intersection with trees, bike lanes and stuff. I think it's a little bit expensive to develop that intersection like that, but let me show you a bit of what's going on once I make it over there. So this is part of Bergen Square right here. And you can see they developed the intersection right here, so you can see it's brand new. The paint of the bike lane and all of that. This is between Academy Street and Bergen Avenue. You can see the high-rise buildings over there at Journal Square. And I'll show you the little plots over here that's developed. They could have really put more trees, you know. And then ahead is the supermarket. It used to be a parking lot, but now they seal it up and they planted some trees. But here you get a better angle of what's going on. So it's pretty cool, you know. But I feel like it was a lot of money to develop this. And this is Bergen Avenue. There's also one of the main avenues right here in Journal Square, and it will take you to other neighborhoods in Jersey City. You can see the bike lane, how they develop it. And then ahead is some high-rise buildings. This is a little tiny street, but it seems like they're gonna pop up something massive over here. Probably like an apartment complex. And they got more over there. So I'm gonna be walking into some of those little streets like Newkirk. So you can see how they start developing brand new buildings in the middle of those tiny streets. I'm out here in Newkirk Street, and as you guys know, I love street art, and there's a huge one right behind me. But then if you walk forward, I don't know if you can see behind me, they developed like new apartment complex. So yeah, a lot happening over here. So I'm gonna walk towards Baldwin Street, do a block, and then turn back to show you the other street, how they literally pop up a lot of brand new buildings. So some of the buildings over here, you know, so as you can see, Journal Square is going through a drastic change. I think all over Jersey City. But this one over here is like another level, and this must be like another empty lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start developing more houses over here. So that probably gonna cost, you know, it's already expensive here, but it might cost the rent to go a little bit higher and push the locals, I don't know, a little bit more to other districts. I'm here in Baldwin, and over here you can see another huge empty lot, so it seems like they're gonna develop something else. Then ahead of me, it seems like the street is shut down. Like I said many times, one thing about Jersey City, despite all the developments going on, they need to fix the streets, because a lot of streets are in bad shape over here. But I'm gonna do a detour in my next left to show you the street, how they literally just pop up a lot of apartment complexes. And you see what's going on here. Wow, this is so deep. Shout out to the co-workers, to the workers here who work in the heat. Because today it's like almost 100 degrees out here. But this is High Street here. It's another street that I want to show you. So you can see they still got some old buildings, but once I go ahead, new apartment complex. So it kind of gives me a little vibe of some neighborhoods in Brooklyn. You can see, nice looking building, 39 High Street. And this one's new here too. Like I said, look at the condition of the street. So yeah, most of these apartments, you know, a lot of people, probably who work from home or work in New York City, they live around here in the commute, because we're really close to New York City. So, but now let's walk towards Summit Avenue and see what's happening over there. Then I'm gonna show you like another hidden gem in Hilltop, by Magnolia Avenue. It's like a nice, quiet residential street. So there's a lot happening in Journal Square. This over here, Summer Street. I remember when I moved to this area, they literally were trying to develop this building, and it's already finished. People live here. The one in the corner is still in process of development. And this are apartment units with doormans, so super private. And then I saw renderings where they're gonna keep popping up really tall skyscrapers, so crazy. So this one's not finished yet, 425 Summit. Or is it? I doubt, but wow, it's crazy how fast they develop it. And then this are the traditional 3 tall buildings, Journal Square. Then you can see they're popping another one right ahead, so that's pretty intense and crazy. If you think about this neighborhood compared to the downtown, where it's changed places, this is mostly like a residential area, mostly apartments, houses, so you would not expect them to pop tall skyscrapers in a neighborhood like this, but they're making it happen. So it seems like they want to turn Jersey City literally into a skyscraper city. This is 6th Avenue right by Kennedy Fried Chicken, but then look, tall ass buildings right here, tall buildings. So I'm not sure the way how this is developing, I'm not sure the Kennedy Fried Chicken is still gonna be here a couple of years. I'm gonna do a detour here to show you the street art. This area here by the PATH train, they always have street art here. Murals, sometimes they paint it dark and then repaint it again, so, you know, really cool, has like an urban vibe. And there's a tall building that they're building up and they're popping up like street art. But yeah, this here will take it straight to the PATH train. The tracks are to my right side, but this is really cool. But now let's head back to Summit Street and start exploring the other side and make it to Magnolia Avenue, so I can show you how different the vibes change over there. Just look at this beast. And then ahead, it's gonna block the view because this building is gonna be really tall too, like I saw the renderings. And it's crazy because it's literally really close to this train track, so I don't know. They probably do the studies to see, you know, if the soil is resistant. But literally all over here, they're changing this area drastically. All you hear is the sound of construction. Wow. Another high-rise building coming to Journal Square, surrounded by this building with the street art. And then this is called Magnolia Plaza right here. So I'm probably gonna do it right to Magnolia Avenue, and then I'm gonna turn back and show you this area over here. And now I'm making it in Magnolia Avenue, and you can see they got the massive buildings, but wait until you see what's ahead of me. It's a drastic change from this. You see how residential the area is, the houses and everything. It's gonna get much nicer when I walk towards the end. They even have an area designated for the bike lane. So if you go towards the end, it's the hilltop section of Journal Square. So like I say, a lot of these cities, not only they have their own sections, but the sections are pretty big. So it's like even their own sections have little mini sections within the sections. So mostly family houses over here. But once I walk ahead, the houses are gonna get even nicer, and you'll have a nice view of the 3 gigantic skyscrapers behind me. This is a nice looking house right here, the blue one. See, the architecture is old, but they renovated. This is mostly peaceful vibes happening right here, Magnolia Avenue. Then 1 block ahead, I'll pass Chestnut, and you'll see how nice it turned. Now I literally passed Chestnut Street, so here it's gonna get even nicer, the neighborhood. And I might detour in a couple of streets nearby. So here you can see these beautiful apartments that resemble, it's like brownstone buildings surrounded by the trees. Pretty nice and beautiful, wow. You can see the sidewalks are wide and they even have a driveway, some of the apartments. Yeah, beautiful. And then across the street, we got a couple of nice houses that I want to show you. For example, this one. So it seems like it's a little semi-historic district right here. And look at how nice this is, wow. So they renovated. So this area over here is Hilltop, and it's literally going up the hills. But I think I'm gonna merge to my right and another right to show you the other street that's going on over there to see what's happening. See, it's all hills over here. Looks like any other district you'll see around Jersey City, even some parts of New York looks like this. So I'm literally walking back and forth in squares. Like I mentioned in some of my previous blogs, Journal Square has a main transportation hub, which is the PATH train station. And it's about 25 minutes commute to Midtown. And if you commute to Lower Manhattan, maybe like 15 minutes. So super easy commute, you know, you take the PATH train. They also got buses that will take you to other areas of Jersey and around, but yeah, really nice neighborhood. This is another regular street. You can see the houses, apartments, and then the massive skyscrapers that are popping up at the end. So not only is diverse in terms of people, it's diverse in terms of neighborhoods and architecture. And this section over here in Jersey City is super, super diverse with the people. Like people from all over call this neighborhood home. So it has a competition with New York City and some of the most diverse places, not only in the States, but in the world. You can see regular apartments that you get in any part in North Jersey and New York City. And here too is pretty nice. And this over here looks nice. Probably like an old apartment, but they preserve it nice and neatly. Then a lot of trees happening right here. This is Chestnut Street. And then if you go ahead, it's Dickinson High School, William Dickinson High School. But now let's make it back towards where the skyscrapers are, so I can show you how crazy they developed that neighborhood. They even have like a little pedestrian pathway that will connect you to other parts of the neighborhood. You can see how different it changes. Like you see the regular houses and then crazy how they pop up buildings like this. That's what I'm saying, in a neighborhood like this, it's just weird to see super tall skyscrapers. And then there used to be a plaza by the train station, and not there anymore. They're literally just developing a super high-rise building. In my opinion, I think they should have just renovated the square and make it more pleasant. But hey, it is what it is. And this building here is nice. Look, they develop a street art. I was watching a little bit about that. I think they're inspired by other cities around the world. Not sure if it was Brazil, but I think it's really good that they do something like that. It gives it like a nice vibe. You know, I live here, it just blows my mind how they put up really tall buildings like this in Journal Square. Wow. But now let's make it towards Magnolia Plaza, which is a plaza between Dunkin' Donuts and where the tall skyscrapers are. And then there's a little connection. There's a little connector that takes you towards Pavonia Street. This area over here is Magnolia Plaza. And one thing they do is, Jersey City also, like many other areas in New York, has the night market. They have Jersey City Night Market. So they do one in downtown, they do one here in Journal Square. I think it's every twice a month. And look how they keep developing right here. And they got some sitting areas right there, but like I say, it's like 90 something, almost 100 degrees outside, so not a good idea. And this will take you really straight to the PATH train station. Like I said, this was not here. And if you make it right, it will take you to the other streets. So pretty crazy, right? And now I'm walking by the skyscrapers to take me to the other street, Pavonia. And then there's like a little also pedestrian side that will take you to another part of the neighborhood. So all of this is connected, you know, with the PATH train, the residential units. They even have a coffee shop right here. Nice. I tell you, it feels like you're somewhere else, like in another city. And I made it out here to Pavonia, and then if I go on the other side, I'll take you to another street. And this is what they built here, like this sidewalk here, and then all the high-rise buildings. But wait until you see the neighborhood in between all these tall buildings. Yeah, I'm walking here, you can see. Then I'm gonna make a right here so you can see how this changes really quick. So it's just mostly a residential street going on over here. And they got the houses right here and another tall building that they're trying to build, other that they're building in the back. And a couple of empty parking lots. So I wonder what's gonna happen with all these houses over here. Are they gonna stay? Or will they try to change it or something like that, you know? And then behind me is the new court that they're building right by Newark Avenue. I'm gonna try to make my way towards the other side to show you what's going on. Then we're gonna walk more towards this way and probably hit India Square by Newark Avenue, which is the Indian district with all the shops and restaurants. So you know, it's super diverse in Journal Square. You see another angle, this tall building that they developed, the one that has a mural, and it's owned by Irby. There's also like a business that has a lot of apartment complex in Newark, Harrison, and I even saw it in Stamford, Connecticut. So this over here is the old courthouse, and it seems like they're renovating it. But I think once they finish the new one in Newark Avenue, they're gonna move whatever's here to the other one. So yeah, pretty interesting. And it's crazy how this courthouse is just like in a regular neighborhood, surrounded by old buildings, but the old buildings are pretty much renovated. I mean, it's Newark Avenue. And this side over here, I'm not sure once they build all this building, they're gonna develop it more and probably put more business, but it could really use, because that's one thing that lacks about Journal Square compared to Jersey City Heights, the downtown district, or even the west side, is that not really like much options of food in some parts, so hopefully they change that. So like, you know, one side of Newark Avenue, but once I go up the hill and go down, that's when it merges into India Square. They even have a little Manila ahead of me, and then the courthouse here that's going some renovations. But then this building over here, not the tall one, this one is the new courthouse that they developed. It looks kind of like a different type of building. It looks more like a terminal. But a futuristic design, I guess. See the new courthouse. It's a long building that goes all the way in the end, and then probably more residential units that they're building right here. Another angle of the courthouse, the new one. Look how long it is. Wow. But like I said, it looks more like a terminal than a courthouse. This is part of Newark Avenue. So as you can see, a lot of old buildings, but not much happening in the first floor. But hopefully they change that vibe. Hopefully in the future, with the way how this is developing, they're probably gonna have a lot of business, and it could be, you know, just like they have in Hoboken, like Washington Avenue, it could be something like that, with a lot of restaurants and stuff. So this area over here is what they like to call a Little Manila. This is Red Ribbon, which is a Filipino joint. But it's only like a couple of restaurants are Filipino right here. And this side, and they also have Matt's restaurants, with this little chain restaurant in the Philippines based on chicken, but they got other types of food. I say there's not much going on, mostly abandoned buildings, so hopefully it's safe fill stops. I think back in the days it used to be more. This used to be a supermarket, but they still got Matt's right here that is standing strong, so maybe they'll change that. They sell halo chicken, but it's gonna get more vibrant once I walk at the end and enter Little India. And now ahead of me is where it's gonna get pretty nice and probably one of my favorite areas of Journal Square, which is India Square. Good food and a lot of nice restaurants. When you see this, it's gonna be a different vibe. They even have the sign, and the nighttime is even nice because the lights and all of that, it lights up. And this area is more bustling than the other side by the courthouse. Tons of restaurants. If you're into Indian cuisine, yo, what's up? Tons of Indian cuisines, you know, South Asian food. This one was egg-holic, Indian street food, wow. Yeah, if you're a fan of Indian food, this is the place to be. A lot of people, they come here and they say the food is good. The prices are really good. And then of course, if you go to an Indian neighborhood, you're gonna see Patel's Brothers. So they renovated and they made this new one over here. Not too busy today, but sometimes it gets packed. And in November, when they celebrate Diwali, this over here, it's jam-packed with a lot of people. And the funny thing is that I've never been, so I'm gonna Google when is the next event, and I'll come here to check it out to see how are the vibes. Not only they got restaurants, they also got flower shops, jewelry, decorations. They even have halal. This is like Indian version. They also got pan. For those who don't know, pan is usually like a little leaf that they put some ingredients and you gotta eat the whole thing, so that's pretty nice. And here you see how they decorate the street with the colors, pretty nice. You know, India's all about the colors. And it gets nicer over here. I heard a lot about Rasoi, right across the street. I think it's like a buffet. But it's pretty authentic. You can also see vegan options if you're a vegan, sari shops, you know, they got a lot of joints going on over here. And as you can see, it keeps going. Jewelry shop, a couple of jewelry, so pretty known for that. They got biryani right here, so. A lot of people, they also do like food crawls in this neighborhood because of all the options you got of Indian food. And Tonelli Avenue is right ahead, which is also like an important street right here in Jersey City. And you can actually smell the aroma of the food, so it smells pretty good. But I said it's been a minute since I eat in this neighborhood, like years ago, even though I live around here. They got a supermarket right here ahead of me with the spices. So really good. walking here towards Tonelli Avenue, but it would take you straight to JFK Boulevard, where they got all the shops and a couple of restaurants around. So that's where it's gonna get busy, and you can see the high-rise buildings. And this is JFK Boulevard right here. And you can see the traffic jam. Wow, a lot of people. So here are a couple of shops and restaurants. Even got a couple of markets you could come around here. So super diverse. As you can see the regular neighborhood, you can see the tall building that they're popping up. That's where this plaza used to be, which I think they should have kept it. And then there's a spot I like to eat right here. It's called Falafel Station. Even have an outdoor dining, and the food here is pretty good. So it's mostly they sell like shawarma, platters, you know, really fresh food that they make it, you know, when you order it. So it's really delicious. Then this you'll see it in New York too, Lot and Less, which is like a convenient store, department store. It's crazy how you see this with all this gigantic skyscrapers right here. You got a better angle, whoop, all the way up. I think it's gonna be residential units. And over there underneath is the PATH train station. So that's what they're trying to develop. And they got a couple of theaters, like Lowe's theaters, but it's not in operation. So it's gonna cross the street to get a better view. And this is the other angle, JFK Boulevard right there. And this is where the plaza used to be, and this is where they developing the tall buildings. And you got the scaffolding. This will take you to the train station. Merge into here, and it'll take you straight to the PATH train. Surrounded by the apartment residential units. So here you can see it used to be the Lowe's Theater. And then I don't know if it's gonna get approved, but I saw a rendering where you see the C.H. Martin, where they wanted to develop a super tall building. I'm looking at the space. I don't know how they're gonna make that possible, but we'll see. And then over there, they're gonna develop more. But yeah, this is part of the plaza of Journal Square. So now I'm gonna make it towards the other side to show you what's going on. Usually this used to be the headquarters of the Jersey Journal newspaper. So that's why the neighborhood gets the name of the Journal. That's why the neighborhood gets the name of Journal Square, but I'll show you the headquarters. I'm not sure how clear you can see it, but it says Jersey Journal over there. So that used to be the building. All of it is changing. Then this is over here is Bergen Avenue, which will take you all the way to other parts of Jersey City. You know, here I am in Bergen Avenue, and it's always busy here, a lot of traffic. As you can see next to me, got the Jersey Transit buses. But hopefully in the future they develop this area a little bit more, because the buildings are a little bit old. They open like a ramen spot a little ahead of me near the square, Bergen Square, which I say is one of the oldest square, if not the oldest square in America. I think it was created in the 1600s. And across the street you got a Middle Eastern market. El Zaim, not sure if I'm saying it correct. I've never been inside, but from a distance I see most of the products they got is, you know, of course, from the Middle East. And they got desserts, some of my favorite desserts, baklava. And this is a ramen joint that they opened here. I ate here one time and it's really good. So I'm happy that they opened a ramen spot near where I live. And they were making it back again to Bergen Square. So this is Bergen Square here. And as you can see, they fix it up and they put chairs. But I think they're gonna put more grass and trees to make it nicer. But it helps to see people sitting down, but today, because it's hot. And sometimes when I go, it's busy. And then there's more on the other side. So one of the oldest intersections or squares in the United States. And then this over here is Academy Street. So that was the end of my video exploring again Journal Square here in Jersey City, New Jersey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.